So we just talked about my most worn niche perfumes in 2024. Let's talk about my most worn designer perfumes in 2024. This one was a little bit difficult. I have the feeling that 2024 was not the year for designers, for me personally, when it comes to older scents, but also to the launches. I was a little bit underwhelmed, let's say, but still I have quite a list. So let's start. The first one is Valentino, Donna, Born in Roma, Coral Fantasy. Why those names? I don't know, but this one is just such a mostly summer scent to me. It's exactly what I crave. Nothing groundbreaking. I always tell you, for me, I don't have to wear something groundbreaking every single day. Sometimes I crave something that I know and I know that I love. And a lot of times, especially in spring and summer, that is something that reminds me of like the shower, or maybe even like when I was a kid, a shampoo that I had, or like a shower gel, something like that. And Coral Fantasy smells like a kid's shampoo to me in the most beautiful way without smelling like a kid. It is perfumey. I think all of the perfumes have a jasmine base, but this one has very fun and juicy fruits to it. Was it kiwi that is in here? I'm not too sure, but or even watermelon, something like that. It's very juicy, very fruity, not very natural smelling, but also not too synthetic so that I don't really enjoy it. It has like a musky base to it, which I think can be a little bit challenging to a lot of people. Just like in L'Impératrice by Dolce & Gabbana or Sergio's Erba Pura, they have those musky bases to it, which you have to enjoy. For me, it's like a 50-50 thing, but because all of the other notes are calling me, I'm okay with this musky base, and it's just something I gravitate towards. It's easy, it's fun, it's not too loud, doesn't have the best performance and longevity, but for summertime that's very okay with me. I ordered 3 of the Dossier perfumes. This one was by far my favorite, and this one is supposed to be similar to Fleur Narcotique or Valaya. Valaya to me is honestly a little bit more sharp and synthetic, a lot more longer wearing and beast mode like. So if you are looking for something that is performing and out there and strong, Valaya is your bet. But for me, it's a lot of times too much. So for that reason, I did enjoy this one a lot. And especially if you look at the price, it is insane. This is so inexpensive, so good, smells like a niche perfume. It's like a floral, clean and fresh perfume with a touch of sweetness, a touch of greenness, I would say, and the florals are so well blended. It definitely has, because of all of those florals, something that you could say is a little bit sharp, but as I said, especially in comparison to Valaya, this one is a lot more smooth and blended, and I liked it a lot. One of my most worn vanillas, blank point, is Burberry Goddess, which is a simple yet not so simple vanilla perfume. You have vanilla, you have lavender, you have cacao, and you have ginger, but that's about it. So you mainly get a very creamy, smooth and sweet vanilla with something aromatic from the lavender and the ginger, making it a little bit spicy, a little bit more interesting. And then the cacao for me just makes it a tiny bit powdery and more mature, because vanilla scents can be a little bit too sweet for me, and then it reminds me of a perfume I had when I was like 12 or 13. But because of those other notes, it does lean perfumey, and it has something, I don't know what it is, but it smells like a designer perfume. I don't know what it is, but it does. I don't know if it's because it's a little bit more synthetic or what, I don't know. But that was something I was like, I don't know if I like it, but I don't know if I love it. But then I sprayed it and I sprayed it and I sprayed it in the store. Every time I went to the store, I sprayed it on my hand, smelled it, and I was mesmerized by it. So eventually I got it, and you know how much I love it now. It also got quite a lot darker, the juice, a lot more intense and strong. It was quite a subdued light perfume, and a lot of people were very sad about that, but I had it now for over a year and it's so much more strong. So this one is such a good release from a designer, because in this designer realm, I feel like we don't have enough good vanillas. This one, when you look at the notes, you could think that it smells like Mon Guerlain by Guerlain, but to me they are in the same family but not alike whatsoever, and I do enjoy Burberry Goddess myself a lot more. This one was one I almost forgot, and I was shocked at myself because this to me is one of the best designer perfumes out there and nobody's talking about it. So this one is Chloé Lumineuse. It's like l'eau de parfum something something lumineuse. But this one, wow. If you like the Chloé original, this one is the more subdued, ambery version of that. It is floral, but you have those almost like juicy, sweet, plush florals. It's not sharp at all. It's super smooth. You have this ambery base, but it's not too thick, not too resiny at all. It's just making the base very deep. But then you get something fruity in there, and I don't know what it is because the notes don't say anything fruity in there, but I do smell something fruity. To me, it's like a very juicy, sweet fruit, plush florals, and then this ambery base. It's not something completely complex. It does lean towards other perfumes, but then also I don't have anything like it in my collection. And because it has something fruity, something floral, something more deep, I wore it almost the entire year. And I am shocked that I still have so much left of this perfume because I wore it so much. The next one is such a funny one because I just got a travel size of it. So, story was, Marc Jacobs launched flankers of Daisy, and for me, it's the most insane thing to happen. Like you have, let's say, Good Girl, and you have the blush and elixir and whatever. Okay, but this one is insane. You have this one perfume, Daisy, and then you have a pop flanker, and then you have a L'Eau Fresh pop, and then you have Daisy Wild. And now I saw that in 2025 we get another round of those flankers, so I think 4 more of those flankers. To me it doesn't make sense at all, but I tried all of those flankers and I was underwhelmed with all of them. They sounded so good, like one with pistachio and one with those yummy fruits and whatever, but they didn't really smell like what I wanted them to smell like. I had the pop one, or I have it still in my collection, but no, it's super synthetic, it's super sweet, it smells like a very cheap perfume, and it was not cheap. So I'm really underwhelmed and unhappy with that one. And the Daisy Wild one I smelled at the same time that I did the pop one, but I smelled so many perfumes that day, so I mainly forgot about the Daisy Wild one. But then I saw a travel size in a online shop where it was shopping already, so I was like, might as well get a sample, not a sample size but a travel size. I got that one and I almost finished it up, because at the end of the day, Daisy Wild to me, and I feel like Daisy as well, is a very good designer release because it is mass appealing. It's fresh, it's fruity, it's floral, it's not too much, it's not very sharp at all. It's quite a happy scent. And I tend to like those scents for spring and summer. So Daisy Wild goes into a very similar direction. It's floral, it's fruity, it's fresh, and it doesn't have an annoying base of patchouli or whatever, something that would be too much for me. And for that reason, I did enjoy it quite a lot. Is it something innovative and extremely extraordinary? No, it is not at all. But I love the perfume bottle, and I told you before, it looks like a floral bouquet of flowers, a scent bouquet. So might as well get the bottle just because of my channel name. The same happens in this video than in the video before, where I show you my most worn perfumes at the end. Not too sure why, but Cheirosa 59, of course. Wow, this perfumist is from Sol de Janeiro. I enjoy a lot of their releases, but the 59 version was a strong hit for me. When I was in Spain in 2024, I smelled it in the store, liked it immediately, bought it immediately, but once I got to wear it, I fell in love with it. And now I'm shocked that they launched a perfume like that, or like a perfume mist like that, because it doesn't smell like something. Because a lot of their perfumists smell either like another perfume or very sweet, very young, let's say. And this one is a sweet, smooth vanilla, yes, but then you have powdery violet, and that is making the perfume so much more perfumey and luxurious smelling and mature, in the sense of it doesn't smell like a child and doesn't smell too sweet. And it's actually something so comforting and cozy that I cannot imagine going to bed without it on my sheets, my pajama, my hair, and so on. So this one made it to my top most worn bedtime perfume mist, but I also wear it in fall and winter time as a daytime perfume because it's just so cozy. So if you like cozy vanilla, sandalwood, and violet scents, or you want to get into violet scents, because I feel like they can be a little bit challenging, this one is a beautiful introduction to that. Then we have Grandeur's Avenue, or Avenue's Grandeur. I'm not too sure which one is the perfume house, which one is the perfume's name. But this one I got on Amazon. Sometimes they have it on Amazon, sometimes it's not there. If you can find it, I got it for I think 30 euros. This one is insane. If you like Baccarat Rouge, but you want the more fruity version of it, this one is it. The cloud one from Ariana Grande, the pink one, I feel like goes into the same direction because cloud is a lot like Baccarat Rouge, and the pink one is, I feel like it's a dragon fruit version of that. So they go into the same direction, but cloud is a lot more sweet, a lot more simple and creamy and coconutty, and Baccarat Rouge is a lot more airy and light and just refined. And the Avenue one is exactly like that. You have this very fluffy, airy, praline, amber, then you feel like there's moss in there as well, so it pulls you into a lot of directions. It's quite unisex, but then it's sweet from the praline, and then you also get, I think, lychee definitely, and something else as well, something fruity as well. And it's quite fruity, and I love it because it has all of the things I love about Baccarat Rouge, but it makes it more wearable because it's fruity, and I love my fruity scents. For that reason, I wore it a lot. Doesn't matter which season, I love it so much. And I just have a small dent because you don't need a lot. And the last one is Armani's Si Passione Eclat. Those flanker names, it's funny, very funny. This one I feel like is one of the least favorite flankers of the C line. I enjoy it the most actually. So C is a blackcurrant and patchouli combination. And in all of those flankers, I feel like there's blackcurrant and patchouli in some capacity, which is not my favorite at all. But I smelled all of the flankers in one day. And this one I remembered, and then I got back and I sprayed it on my hand and I smelled it the entire day and I fell in love. It's like a very creamy blackcurrant type of milky scent. It's very creamy, almost not creamy but milky. You have the fruity aspects, then you have something floral. Is it rose, I feel? So you get something more elegant and quite elegant, but it's very smooth and subdued. It's not a very loud scent. You don't get a lot of longevity as well, but I just overspray it and respray it when I don't feel like I can smell it anymore. But it's such a beautiful scent that I can wear whenever. It's just creamy and sweet but floral. It has something fresh in there as well, a little bit, not too much. And for that reason, I can wear it throughout the year, but mainly I would say from spring to fall. So these were my most worn designer perfumes in 2024. Let me know maybe which top 3 perfumes you would say you wore the most when it comes to designer perfumes. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!